Greetings, listeners. I'm interrupting our regularly scheduled podcast episodes to share with you a new project I just completed. I'm really excited about it, and I hope you are too. Back in 2012, I found myself with no plan, no map, no clear direction. My husband had just died, and I had to figure out how to keep moving forward. I didn't have a system for that. I didn't have a framework, but I just had to take the next step and then the next one. But over time, I started building something, a way of slowing down and getting honest about where I was and choosing where I wanted to go. That process changed how I live, and eventually I wrote the process down. And today I want to tell you about it. I wrote a book. It's called Life Planning God's Way. And I want to tell you why I wrote it, what's in it, and how you can get it. So let's get into it. I want to start with something I think a lot of us feel, but don't always have a word for. Drift. Not falling apart, not failing, just going through the days without really choosing them. Your calendar's full, you're doing a lot, but when you stop and ask yourself where you're headed, the answer isn't very clear. You're busy, but not on purpose. That's drift. And I think most of us spend more time there than we want to admit. It's not a character flaw. It's just what happens when life moves fast and we don't stop to ask, is this actually the direction I want to go? I've been there. And I've watched people I love stay stuck there for years. Not because they're lazy, not because they didn't care, but because no one ever gave them a simple process for stepping back and getting clear. That's what this book is. Let me tell you a little bit about where the book came from. As I said, in 2012, my then husband passed away. I wasn't prepared for what that season felt like. There was grief, obviously, and there was also this disorientation. I didn't know what the next year was supposed to look like. I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing. I didn't even know how to think about the future anymore. I had no map. So I started building one. Not all at once, slowly, one question at a time. What do I actually want my life to look like? What matters most to me now? What's one real step I can take this week? I started writing things down. I started paying attention to what energized me and what drained me. I started asking God what He wanted for this season, not just what I wanted. And then something shifted. I started moving forward, not perfectly, not with everything figured out, but with intention. That process became something I came back to every year. And every time I shared this with someone else, they'd say, "Can you tell me about that? Can you write it down?" So I did. So let me tell you what's in the book. Life Planning God's Way is a guided process. It's not a productivity system. It's not a self-help program with 12 steps and a certificate at the end. It's a framework for slowing down, getting honest, and moving forward with clarity. You'll work through questions about what matters most in this season of your life. You'll create a simple personal vision. You'll set goals that actually fit your real life. And you'll build weekly rhythms that help you follow through. There's also a section on what I call the Life Planning Retreat. It's a practice for stepping back, getting quiet, and listening for what God is saying about where you are and where you're going. This book is for anyone who's ready to stop drifting. It doesn't matter if you're starting fresh, navigating big change, or just feeling like something needs to shift. It's designed to meet you where you are. And it's faith-friendly. You don't have to have all your theology figured out. You just have to be willing to ask God to be a part of the process. And here's the thing I want you to take away from this discussion, even if you never read the book. You don't need a perfect plan. You need a clear next step. A lot of us don't start because we don't have it all figured out. We're waiting to know how it ends before we take the first step. But that's not how it works. That's not how God leads. And that's not how real progress happens. You just need to know what's next. One honest step in the right direction. That's what this book helps you find. Now, you might be wondering, I hope you're wondering how to get the book. For the first few days after the launch, that's May 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, the book is completely free on Amazon Kindle. And before you think, I don't have a Kindle, let me stop you there. You don't need one. There's a free Kindle app for your phone. You can download it in about 30 seconds and start reading right away. The link is in the show notes. Go to Amazon, search Life Planning God's Way by Jacqui, or just click the link that's in the show notes. And if you've read it and it helps you, I'd love it if you leave an honest review on Amazon. Reviews are everything for an independent author. They're how other people can find the book. They're how Amazon decides whether to show it to more readers. And you don't have to write a lot, even a sentence or two, and the star rating makes a real difference. I poured a lot into this book, and I genuinely believe it can help someone who's sitting right where I was in 2012, wondering what comes next. If that's you, this is for you. Before I let you go, I want to say one more thing. Whatever season you're in right now, whether things feel clear or completely uncertain, God is not confused about your life. He sees where you are. He knows what this season needs, and he's not in a hurry. You don't have to have it all together to start moving forward. You just have to be willing. And I hope this book is one small part of that for you. Again, the link is in the show notes, and as always, thank you for being here.